Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Eric here for E&M Guns. I live in Idaho, and it is probably one of the reddest states in the country, yet we're talking about gun control in our capital of Boise. Stay tuned.
Council passed a similar resolution a couple of years ago after a different mass shooting. Councilmember Jimmy Halliburton, who wrote this resolution, says it's time for, quote, common sense gun laws in the gem state, but some people claim those laws would strip Idahoans of their Second Amendment rights.
So I'll play a news clip for you from KTVB, a local station. I'll link it to you in case you're interested in watching it. But they're talking about how Boise City Councilman has basically passed a resolution to send to our legislatures about what they need to do to stop gun violence. Sensible gun laws. Haven't heard that before, have we? So watch the clip and tell me what you think. Is it a disease or is it an infection? Democratic mindset.
And this is now a reality that our kids have to go through these active shooter drills.
Boise City Council passed a resolution Tuesday evening.
5 in favor, 1 opposed, motion carries.
Saying it's committed to decreasing gun violence in our communities.
And then we heard shots fired and we ran back into the room.
This weeks after law enforcement says a school shooting in Georgia left 4 dead and at least 9 injured.
I wanted to make sure that we didn't just let the moment pass without having a response to it. There have been 386 mass shootings across the United States.
Councilmember Jimmy Halliburton wrote the resolution. He also helped with the gun safety resolution council passed in 2022 after a school shooting in Texas.
We're very limited on what we can do to address gun safety, safe gun laws. What we can do is we can address things that actually perpetuate violence in the community. So we can think of things like substance abuse, we can think of mental health, we can think of domestic abuse.
The latest resolution calls on state lawmakers to pass gun control legislation. Halliburton says Idaho has some of the least restrictive laws in the country.
I'm not casting blame on anyone and saying that you're the fault or you're the reason that these things are happening. I don't think any of our other council members would as well. I think what we're saying is that we need your help.
The resolution gives several policy suggestions, including requiring thorough background checks for gun sales, reasonable restrictions on owning military-style guns, and limiting the size of ammunition magazines.
We'll give the United States Congress 100 days to get their act together and have the courage to pass reasonable gun safety laws. And if they fail to do it, then I will take executive action.
In an email to KTVB, Republican Senator Brian Lenny called the ideas leftist garbage.
Vice President Kamala Harris stepped up calls by the White House for new gun safety laws during an interview with CBS this morning.
This is not about getting rid of the Second Amendment. It's simply about saying we need reasonable gun safety laws. There is no reason why we have assault weapons on the streets of a civil society. They are weapons of war. They are designed to kill a lot of people quickly.
Saying every time someone talks about common sense laws, what they really mean is curb stomping the rights of responsible, law-abiding gun owners. The Second Amendment Alliance, a local gun rights organization, also said in an email, the solutions proposed by the city are the same platitudes that we have heard time and time again from liberal city councils and mayors across the country. There is no evidence these measures will solve anything. Red flag gun confiscation orders and other restrictions violate our right to keep and bear arms.
This business about taking everyone's guns away, Tim Walz and I are both gun owners. We're not taking anybody's guns away, so stop with the continuous lying about this stuff. If somebody breaks in my house, they're getting shot.
Yes, I hear that. I hear that.
Probably should not have said that.
So guys, just because you live in a pro-gun state, a red state, a constitutional carry state, you still need to get into the fight. This Democratic-run city council, if they had their way, they would already have the bans in place on high capacity. They'd have the bans in place on assault weapons. Unfortunately, our state government won't allow them to do that. Do a city, just a citywide ban on AR-15s. But guys, you need to get in the fight. You need to look into local groups. If you live in Idaho, I recommend joining the Idaho Second Amendment Alliance with Greg Pruitt. I'll link him in the description for you. You guys have a blessed week. Love ya. Peace out.